Hi, I'm Jen with JKC Mobile Notary, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we've got another awesome interview with another notary who is diversifying their business in a big way. Today, I want to introduce you to Selecia. She is specializing in, right now, besides her notary stuff, wedding officiating. Are you ready to find out more? If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. I am so happy to be here. I want to introduce you guys all to Selecia Young Jones. Hi, Selecia.
Hey, Jen.
I'm really glad that you had time to sit down with me because I think being able to share with notaries how we can diversify our business is really important. And you've done it in a big way.
I have.
In Florida, where you are. Yeah. Okay, well, then let's just get into it. And before we get into your diversity, which we're seeing a little bit behind you, can you tell me a little bit about how you started, how you became a notary?
Well, it's kind of weird because like for maybe 15 years, there was like this little voice, get your notary, get your notary. I mean, seriously, just tugging at me. And so finally, between Christmas and New Year's of 2017, I went online. It's like, I mean, like I'd be talking to people and asking them and stuff. And finally I said, I'm just doing it. I'm not asking anybody else. I'm just doing it. And dove in and took the class online and got my E&O and my little insurance. And when my commission stamp came, I just made a little simple Facebook post and everybody was ping, ping, ping. We need a notary. We got married by a notary. My son's getting married. Would you marry my son? So I didn't really know it was a thing, but it was a thing. And then I created Rainbow Notary and Nuptials.
Well, that's what why you're here is because we want to talk about your wedding officiating. Now, in Florida, does being a notary automatically make you able to do that?
Automatically. Now, when I first started, it was Florida, South Carolina, and Maine. And when you're a notary in those three states, you're automatically, by the power vested in me. So there you go. You automatically have the power.
Well, you know, and the thing about California is it doesn't give us that power, but it's about a 5-minute process to get ordained online. So
get ordained online.
Yeah. So people started asking for it. That's what made you, what encouraged you to make this a big part of your notary business?
Well, you know, when people come to you, I mean, you never know what, you know, people are going to bring. And of course you do your SEO and you put out there that what you are and who you are and what you do. And, you know, sort of a build it and they will come kind of thing. And they did, and they have.
And that's how, and now you're in a facility, you're in a location now. You're not just going to, are you going to them as well?
Both. Yes, of course.
Okay. Let's see. Did you have to do any kind of training?
Well, yes and no. I mean, you can't just be thrown out of an airplane with a parachute and know how to land safely.
Right.
And people who take on notary like that or take on wedding officiant like that may end up crashing. So, you know, you have to get some training. And there are so many places online. You know, one of the great things about the pandemic is that it really pushed us into looking on the web or looking to Zoom and finding out how you do. And I mean, I joke with people about watching YouTube, you know, and I'll say, well, I'm only 3 videos away from being an open heart surgeon. So, you know, I mean, you really can learn how to do these things. And especially with your own cell phone, you can set up right in front of your own camera. You can read aloud, you can hear how you sound. Am I talking too fast? Am I talking too fast? Or am I umming and and so you get a chance to just critique yourself, or, you know, get your family to sit there like, you know, your little audience and read it to them and say, hey, would you be my congregation this afternoon?
What size of weddings have you done?
I've done as little as, you know, just the 2 people. Sometimes we have the 2 people here. Sometimes it's 2 people at the beach or wherever. And then sometimes you have the big, you know, hall where they have, you know, massive everything with a couple of 100 people. So, I mean, you just never know what size the wedding is. And I know some people, it's kind of odd to me, will base their fee on the number of people at the wedding. And I'm thinking, why?
It doesn't affect you at all.
It doesn't affect me at all. It's 2 people or it's, you know, 200. And the only thing that would affect me is, you know, do I need to get a mic on or do I not? I mean, that's really going to be the only difference.
Gotcha. Do you have a preference over bigger weddings to smaller?
I love them all. I really do. I mean, it is just a very special, intimate moment in that couple's lives. And I really just enjoy marrying people. It is a great pleasure to do that for someone.
Well, I'd like to ask because I was married in a church by a pastor, right?
Of
And I think
course.
a lot of people are. I first got ordained years ago when the whole thing was going on in when gay marriages was first a thing, and my church took an absolute stance against it.
Okay.
I decided, no, I'm going to be available to marry anybody who wants to get married. I don't agree with this. That's where I'm going to
Marrying everyone under the rainbow. There you go.
Yeah. And I never used it. I just never promoted myself. I didn't have any idea of how to do it. I think the coolest thing about offering this service, that you're offering the service and that others can, is that the more untraditional, non-traditional way that people are getting married more and more every day, it allows us to service everybody.
Everybody. I mean, one of the reasons that I do this is that in Duval County, where I am, Jacksonville, Florida, in 2015, when marriage equality did become legal with the Supreme Court decision for everyone, with the Obergefell decision, many places here in the South and all over said, well, our idea of equality is we're not going to marry anyone, which is fine by me because I'm just right across the street from the courthouse.
Listen, the thing about
opportunity is not knocking, dear. Opportunity has got a team of horses and is charging through the doors and knocking it down.
I agree. Do you think it's specific to, do you think opportunity for this is specific to certain areas, or do you think it's completely universal across the country?
I think it is completely universal, because I really think that it is take the bull by the horns and go with it. And that opportunity is created by yourself. Now, is it true that they don't marry anybody across the street? They only issue licenses? Yes, it is. But there are people all over who want to and need to get married.
Hold on one second.
Laura's a dog person, so that may be it.
Yeah, but it's not very good for interviews. I'm lost my train of thought. Is there a certain personality type that being this position, doing this, is best for?
A certain personality type. I guess the most important part is being sincere and genuine, being yourself, not, it is sort of like doing an acting gig when you are, it is a performance if it's done right. Yeah. And people say, why are you tired? I said, I did 2 weddings today. It's like I did the matinee and the evening performance. I mean, it really is for all of what goes into it and all it takes to get ready. And there really is a part of you that is into this. And so it is like being an actor. It is like performing, for the crowd.
Yeah. When people sign up to use you as an officiant, do you do any kind of like pre-meeting with them? Do you offer pre-wedding counseling, any of that kind of stuff that you would traditionally give from a church?
Not in that respect. We have teamed with the Dr. Liliana Wolf here in Florida, and she has a premarital course available online for many states in English and in Spanish. And so if you take the premarital course in Florida, it does 2 things. It takes out the 3-day wait, and it takes $25 off the cost of your license when you go to the clerk of courts. So there's no 3 days wait. So that's one of the pluses of taking Dr. Wolf's class. And she has been just really gracious to me and kind. And as a matter of fact, not too long ago, she and her husband Carl came up to Jacksonville for a visit. And so I got to meet her in person, and just a lovely, lovely lady.
A whole nother avenue of networking when you open yourself up to this kind of service that you're providing.
And the other thing that she told me that I didn't even know about is people who are divorcing, who have children, have to take a parenting class. How did I know? I don't have children. And so that's another thing she offers. So I'll be adding a piece on my website to, promote that for her. I'm in the collaboration over competition, team.
We should be. You should see my new graphic for the YouTube video that's coming out about this. I found a really cool graphic of people hugging, and on the other side, people with their boxing matches on to talk about that difference. Um, how do you promote your service? Is it the same way you promote your notary services?
Absolutely. SEO, 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 SEO on a Google business profile, having a great website, frequently updating your GBP, add those updates, add those pictures. And there's no secret that people like looking at pretty pictures.
You do.
And so post pretty pictures of people getting married, even if they're people that you haven't even married, but post pretty pictures of weddings, give people ideas, give them thoughts, like your Bride magazine or something like that.
Hi.
And also find every free resource you can find, the Yelps, the Wedding Wire, the Knot, the whoever, but put your profile out there and make sure it's correct across the board. Gotcha. Now, as you know, I just moved to a new location, so that's what I'm doing, is going back and making sure all my citations are correct. And you can find somebody on Fiverr to do 300 of these for about $30 instead of, the thousands I was paying with the other company when I didn't know any better.
Yeah. So, well, because you're in Florida and as a notary, you're automatically authorized to do this. For those of us that aren't, would you suggest we set up a separate business or a separate website, or do we just add services?
Don't go in competition with yourself. See, that would be right. Mm-hmm. So keep it all on the same page, and have you a notary section and have you a wedding officiant section. And when you do your Google business profile, you can always add more services. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could be, sells tires, sells batteries, wedding officiant, and you can be that diverse on your Google business profile.
Yeah. Awesome. So I think this is a dumb question, but I'm still going to ask it, because when people watch this, they're going to be saying, well, I'm a notary. Is this something I really need to add? Do you think it's a great thing to add to a notary's book of services? It
is. It is. We have the ability as notaries to do so many things. Mm-hmm. The permit running, the fingerprinting, the go take pictures of a house because somebody, an investor wants to buy the house. I mean,
field inspection.
And do you know why we can do all of these other things? Because we're dependable, trustworthy, smart. Yeah, that's it. And those are the people that you would want to be your wedding officiant. Mm-hmm. I mean, I made a little comment on, and Bill got it, do you really want drunk Uncle Billy doing your marital vows? Yeah. And people will say all the time, oh, I had my friend do it, and man, he could hardly get through it. He couldn't talk, and oh God, it was just awful. And he had his face buried in the book the whole time. Or trust a professional. This is not, this isn't heart surgery, but do you want the mechanic down the street doing your heart surgery? And the answer is no. So you trust somebody that promotes themselves, who works on themselves, who continually studies and learns, and trust a professional. That really is what it amounts to.
Awesome. How can people find you if they would like to use your services as a notary or as a wedding officiant?
Well, I started off, of course, with Rainbow Notary and Nuptials, and then I was at church one day and somebody said, well, Selecia, if you get double booked, just let me know. I'll help you. I'm a notary. I used to do a ton of these when I lived in South Florida. And that was one Beth. And then the other Beth was standing behind her. And she said, oh, I'm a notary too. I'll help you, Selecia. And I said, well, I'll just create an entire network of notary and wedding officiants, and we'll just marry everyone under the rainbow. Yes. I said that out of jest, but that's exactly what's happened. Be careful what you tell the universe, because that is exactly what's happened. I have found a bunch of like-minded people that are interested in the same concept of kindness and quality, and putting it out there for people that just want to get married. I mean, one of the things I say is, I've got a guy and a girl, and they're young or something. Her dad's there. Well, I just saved you 30 grand, Pop. And I said that to one couple, and they said, oh no, we had our wedding in Orlando last week. We're, Indians, and it was $300,000, Selecia.
Oh.
But they still came to me for my $100 express wedding.
So
Yes.
where can they find you if they're in Florida and they want to, or do they have to be in Florida to be part of that network?
They do not have to be in Florida to be part of that work. I'm
Okay.
still working. I'm working with Judy Lawrence up in Philly,
Yeah.
and I got an inquiry from a pal in Chicago today. So we've joked about that, and Jen Neitzel has joked about me about Rainbow, Texas, and Rainbow,
Nationwide.
Chicago, and
Yeah.
because it is like a brand. It's a branding thing to have this, and so the concept, the reality of it all, because here it is, people just want to be married and they don't want to spend $30,000.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Well, Selecia, I appreciate you taking the time to talk about this.
Well, let me give you a little bit of a tour here.
Yeah, let's look at it.
All right, so here's this is actually Key West, and so it is a mural that I had put on the wall, and of course then we created the little deck, little walkway, right. Yeah. And I actually turned this picture around so that the light would be coming in from the outside. And then back here across the back is the notary side, and this is where we do fingerprinting, copies, notary stuff, all of that sort of good stuff. Here's Siobhan.
Hi,
Here's
Siobhan.
my number one sidekick. Number one sidekick right here. Where you at? Siobhan?
I got her. Yeah.
You got her? There we are. Hi. Okay. And then, we just have lots of flowers and pretty things across the front. And we have a coffee bar. And I got all of these flowers the other day from some gal that was selling them. So I get them and I'll make bouquets out of them. And this is the little, here you go.
That's so nice. What
a
cool space.
And so I made the flowers and everything. And yeah, it is cool. And it's been a ton of fun, and we come to work every day, and it's just really, it's a cool thing. I've got this place outside that we can have outdoor weddings, and the courthouse is right there.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about being in the perfect spot.
Yes. So the courthouse is right there. We put our little signs up and our sandwich boards, and so here's the outside. My real sign is on order, so we have got to wait for that. It's just a banner right now, but it's coming.
That's awesome. Selecia, thank you so much for taking time with me today. It was really nice to talk to you, and I'm really glad that we got to share this. All of the information.
Oh, 904 Rainbow. That's how you wanted to know how to get a hold of me.
Yeah.
The fastest and easiest way is 904rainbow.com. And that takes you to the Rainbow Wedding Chapel. But all of my entire website is on there.
Okay. We'll link it for everybody to find you. Thank you so much. And we'll
thanks,
see you
Jen.
very soon in one of our many networking groups.
Absolutely. See you soon.
Bye. I hope that you guys really enjoy that interview with Selecia. She's pretty amazing and has done amazing things. I can't imagine what it's like to step outside of ourselves to be able to provide this kind of service for couples and for people who want to get married. And I am ordained by two different companies. It is the service I will be offering, but how do you think it would apply to your business, and how do you think you could offer it in your community? I'd love to hear more about it. I'd love to hear questions from you. Of course, Selecia would love to hear from you. If you have anything that you need to know or want to ask, all of our contact information is going to be down below. Until next week, I hope you guys take care of yourself. I hope that you're finding that these diversity interviews are inspiring you to move forward and branch out so that your business will be competitive and profitable, even in a downturn market. Until next week, take care of yourself, and we'll see you later. Bye.